Hi Biliana, I'm Amie Touray based in London. I'm making this video because we've been trying to connect for the past 2 weeks, but we've been unable to, unfortunately. And your email last week said you weren't doing so well, so I hope you're feeling better now. I've made this video to give you a background about myself and so that you can meet me virtually. Here's a quick overview of my background. My career in proposals started off in Labcorp, where I was doing non-clinical proposals, mostly toxicology and metabolism studies. I then moved on to Simbec Orion, and this was a strategic move because I wanted to expand my skills in clinical proposals. At Simbec Orion, I was responsible for the proposal strategy development and the feasibility strategy development. And this was for phase 1 to 4 clinical studies, including first-in-human clinical trials. It's so interesting because while I was working at Simbec Orion, one of our partners for running first-in-human trials in the Oceania region was Nucleus Network, and I have written about Nucleus Network in one of my proposals previously. So my role involved developing the proposal strategy, including the unique selling point and key success factors, and the feasibility strategy, which included the country site mix and recruitment rate. I then moved on to Caidya, and this was because I wanted to develop my skills in budget development. Whilst at Simbec Orion, I was a proposal text writer and feasibility developer, but I didn't have any experience with the clinical budget. And I really wanted this experience because I felt like it would make me a full-rounded proposal manager with a better understanding of the proposal process, including both text and budget. Unfortunately, at the very start of my contract, I had a bereavement in the family. My dad passed away very suddenly, and it was right at the start of my contract at Caidya. This impacted me very negatively, and I felt like I couldn't be myself whilst there, and it was such a shame because I was so excited to work at Caidya. When I first got the job, I was very keen because I was going to develop my proposal writing skills further, as well as gaining new experience with budget development. I decided to move on from Caidya because I wanted a fresh start and to move away from the event of my dad passing away so suddenly. So that was the reason for leaving Caidya. I then moved on to TFS HealthScience, and this opportunity was really interesting because it gave me the opportunity to not only do proposals and budgets, but it also included contracts development and vendor outreach. Although it was a very full-on role, I learned a lot. I did proposal and budget development for phase 1 to 3 clinical studies. I did pre-award contracts development, and this included work orders and short form service agreements, as well as change orders and change notification forms. My goal was to stay at TFS HealthScience for as long as possible so I could develop my skills further in proposals, budgets, and contracts and vendor outreach, but unfortunately my time there was short-lived as I was affected by company-wide redundancies. With my diverse background in proposals covering proposal text, budget, feasibility, contracts, and vendor outreach experience, I believe I can add value to the Nucleus Network team. And I really enjoyed creating first-in-human proposals at Simbec Orion, so I really think I can use that experience here. Regarding my current situation, I'm immediately available for work. However, I am in the process with other companies for proposals, feasibility, and contracts roles. It's only a matter of time until an offer comes through. However, it would be good to understand what Nucleus Network need and how I can be of service.